Hey everyone, what's going on? After a long wait, Cyberpunk 2077 finally came out last week. I purchased the game on the second day and I've been uploading the gameplay on my YouTube channel, so you can check it out if you want. And of course, this week in the update we're gonna talk about this awesome video game. So if you are interested, stay till the end. You probably know that Cyberpunk 2077 has been delayed 3 times. This video game was first delayed from April 16th, 2020 to September 17th, and then it was pushed to November 19th and eventually came out on December 10th. 3 postponements wasn't ideal, and this is not the worst part. Cyberpunk 2077 was first shown in 2013 with an iconic teaser trailer, and this made the waiting time even more unbearable. This game is amazing, although there are some bugs. I'm talking about the PC version. Cyberpunk 2077 on consoles is a different game entirely. I didn't play the console version, but apparently it performed so poorly and so many people are tweeting about the terrible frame rate, and it's truly suspicious that CD Projekt Red refused to provide console review copies ahead of launch. It will frequently crash the system on Xbox One, and sometimes you might need to turn it off and then on again. Based on the reviews that I've read, it runs less than 720p resolution at times. PS4 is slightly better in performance, and still you will experience texture loading trouble. Geometry and textures will sometimes fail to appear, so I recommend you don't play Cyberpunk on your console until terrible performance issues are fixed, because it's a fantastic RPG game and you shouldn't experience the game with all of these problems. CD Projekt Red apologized for this situation and promised refunds. And the good news is the new update will release sometime soon next week. And if you don't want to wait, you can request a refund. And apparently just today Cyberpunk 2077 has officially been removed from the PlayStation Store. CD Projekt published a statement about this news in the famous yellow background. Following our discussion with PlayStation, a decision was made to temporarily suspend digital distribution of Cyberpunk 2077 on PlayStation Store. You can still buy physical version of the game in brick-and-mortar store and online. All purchased digital and physical copies of the game will continue to receive support and updates as we continue to improve your experience. According to our knowledge, starting today, everyone who is not willing to wait for updates and wants to refund their digital copy of the game can do so by submitting a request at whatever this link is. We are working hard to bring Cyberpunk 2077 back to PlayStation Store as soon as possible. We talked enough about Cyberpunk 2077's history, and now let's go into some details about this video game. Cyberpunk 2077, just like Geralt's adventure in CD Projekt Red's Witcher game, it will let you dive into a detailed world full of story missions, side quests, and memorable characters. You will take on the role for a character known as V, and it's almost entirely first-person perspective. V is fully customizable from stats and perks to their backstory and life path. Customizing the appearance would be one of the coolest things in the game. You can adjust everything from hair and tattoos to voice character and genitalia. Basically, you're making choices in Cyberpunk 2077 and story changes based on your action, and you're going to make the most important decision right in the main menu, which is picking the life path. You can pick Nomad, Street Kid or Corporal, and it's going to affect your entire gameplay, and it can affect your social stats and therefore how your story can unfold in a variety of ways, included starting destination, the prologue length, dialogue options, starting clothes, characters they meet. Each life path has exclusive missions, and every now and then you will see options for V to repair their life path in a conversation. The Nomad life path is one that revolves around the story of an outsider, starting their journey in the vast desert-like district outside of Night City called the Badlands. Nomads are scrappy and resourceful people who pride themselves in their strong family dynamics, forming clans that function similarly to small communities. Inside of Night City, nomads have bad reputation, especially with the corporate elite and police, and are treated very much like outside cast. The Street Kid life path is one of someone who is no stranger to the streets of Night City. Their journey begins in Hollywood, a large district that borders the corporate landscape of the city center and is home to majority of the people of Night City. Street kids have a wealth of knowledge about the city, knowing every street and just about everyone who lives there. They're street smart, and their connection with the people who lives there can help them. The Corporal life path, as you might assume from the name, is all about holding one's own while navigating around people consumed with money, power and respect. Corporals begin their adventure in the heart of Night City Business District, also known as the City Center, surrounded with sleek and towering skyscrapers with boardrooms of executives shaking hands on underhanded deals. Since corporals are acquainted with the one person's lifestyle, they have a knack of dealing with people from the upper echelon, and this knowledge can help them. Keanu Reeves is playing Johnny Silverhand, a well-known character from the original 1988 Cyberpunk tabletop game. He will be hanging out in V's head as a digital ghost, so you should see lots of them through the game. And also Jackie is your homie and your partner, so you'll be doing most of the missions with him. You will have several choices on the weapons. Power weapons are the closest to the current day guns. You can see how your bullets will bounce with a handy preview line as you aim. Tech weapons are supercharged guns that use electromagnetic technology to fire solid metal projectiles. These super powerful munitions can punch through walls, meaning you can hit an enemy before you even break down the door to their hideout. Smart weapons have enemy tracking tech that lets your bullets chase down targets even when you are not aiming directly at them. Like power weapons, it's a handy trick for hitting targets around the corners. Melee weapons may not be futuristic guns, but they're not low tech either. Hacking is one of the most important aspects of Cyberpunk 2077. You point at an enemy and let the rest of the system to do the work for you. Of course, you can do more than that and it gets more complex. Cyberpunk 2077 is filled with nudity. At the first we thought it would be a problem on Twitch, which has a strict policy banning sexual content, but apparently Twitch is making an exception for Cyberpunk 2077 streamers. If your channel is family friendly, you can turn off the nudity in the main menu, and this toggle option is the same for copyrighted music. Cyberpunk 2077 kicks you into its beautiful and dazzlingly dense cityscape with few restrictions. You can make choices and it will affect the whole game, and it can change the whole story. The story can be emotional, funny, dark, exciting, and sometimes all of those things at once. Overall, Cyberpunk 2077 is a fantastic RPG game and it's worth a try. Thanks for watching episode 10 of the update, and I hope it was a helpful video for you and you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment for me and let me know what you think of the game. I will catch you later. Peace out, Professor Mo.